Welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the freedom machines. And of course, we have with us to talk about freedom machines this morning Mr. FStewart, an employee of Independent Living of Nashville. And of course, Mr. Stewart, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Haney.
You know, Mr. Stewart, I'm reminded that quite a number of years ago, we had you in the same studio talking about some of the things that we hope to re-emphasize this morning. But before we get into that, Mr. Stewart, let us have you to give us some information, as well as our audience, some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in your experiences that eventually led you to be an employer at the Center for Independent Living and to be involved in a movie production. That's the only thing that we can call it, Freedom Machines. Talk about it from that perspective.
Okay. Well, of course, my name is FStewart Jr., and I was injured in an automobile accident in 1984 on January the 15th. Actually, it was Dr. King's birthday, and I was driving too fast. My car slid off the road, hit some ice, and it broke my neck between the 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae. Of course, I had to go to rehab, spend time in rehab in the hospital and whatnot. And once I left rehab, I was able to get involved with the Division of Rehabilitation Services for the state of Tennessee, and they helped me to enroll at Middle Tennessee State University in 1985, and I graduated in 1989 with a degree in psychology. And from the very beginning, my focus was on counseling individuals with disabilities and helping them to become as independent as possible. And I spent time in a nursing home. I lived in a nursing home for about 5.5 years. 3 of those years, I was actually going to college at MTSU. And the last 2, I spent as a member of the Peace Corps, VISTA volunteers. While living in a nursing home, I worked with an organization, People First of Tennessee. And People First of Tennessee is an advocacy organization for people whose disabling condition is mental retardation. And I worked with People First until 1992. And in September of 1992, I left People First of Tennessee and went to work for the Center for Independent Living of Middle Tennessee, where I'm employed today. I've been there 12 years. And my official title is Independent Living Advocate. And it's really been enjoyable working with so many disabled Tennesseans and individuals with disabilities, basically from around the country and around the world. I've been interviewed by media from AP, UP, from people in Japan, from Australia, from United Kingdom. I've been interviewed by people from all around the world about the Americans with Disabilities Act and its impact on everyday activities of daily living.
And also, I think, Stewart, you've been interviewed by Dr. James Haney, because I think we had you here many years ago. But let's see, and of course, we're just about ready for our first commercial break here. But let's see if you can give us a quick definition of the Disabilities Act of 1990, and then we'll come back to the second segment and we'll talk about that act.
Well, the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 is basically a civil rights law, and it prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities because of their disability. Basically, it gives a person who is disabled a equal shot at employment, education, programs, and physical access to facilities such as this beautiful facility.
And so, in a real sense, it has quite a bit to do with access, building access and facility access. Is that what?
That too. That's a piece of it. But it's program access, access to equal employment opportunity, access to programs and projects, access to public schools, public facilities. It's quite a profound civil rights law.
As you said, it's one of the Civil Rights Acts in a real
most
sense,
certainly is.
and guarantees essentially the same thing for people with disabilities as other Civil Rights Acts. And of course, Ms. Floyd, let us take this commercial break right quick, and then we'll be back to the second segment and give you an opportunity to talk about other things.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back with you following this very short commercial break. We're talking to Mr. FStewart.